feel like I had another. Oh, I do have another question. Okay. By the way, I don't remember the name of the people that asked these. I apologize if you see it, and that's your question. Thank you for asking it. If you guys have more questions, feel free to leave more down in the comments. Maybe I'll get stuck at the bank again and have to look through more. You are unloved.
Your family secretly hates you. Kill yourself. Oh, I probably shouldn't do that.
Whoa! Okay, you can't say that. Rewind. Moving on. Segueing. What is something you thought was cool when you were younger, but now cringe at? And I don't mean like 12. I don't mean like, or not even 12. I don't mean like Doge. I don't mean like 7. Like you're like. I don't mean like 7 years old where you thought like playing with a dinosaur in the bathtub was sick and now you're like, it's stupid. I mean like as like in between 14 to like 18-year-old or whatever. Like do you have anything that you thought was like dope?
I used to think like big fat skate shoes were cool. Like the ones that just
the Osiris
made your feet look huge. Yeah, I think those were awesome. And skinny jeans and just big fat shoes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fat shoes. What would mine be? Being racist. No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's backwards for me.
No, I'm kidding. That's still fucking cool.
No, that'll never go out of style.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, what about you, Do? I'm interested to see what you used to think was really cool. Now
I had a little emo phase in high school.
Oh,
did you really?
That was cool. Yeah.
I would love to see a little scene do.
Not like emo in like, because I've never been like depressed or nothing. Not like that.
Most
Just like
emo
You
kids
did it for the culture.
sort of
For
the culture. Kind
Most
of
emo
thing.
kids want to be emo just for the look. Nobody's actually.
Yeah,
The look, the
I had
music, the
that.
culture, the vibe. I get it.
I had that for like a year or two. I quickly
Okay.
got over that, thankfully, though. I had like the little Converse shoes and the striped zip hoodie that everyone had, like the black and gray.
Fuck yeah.
I had that, and I had
Let's go.
I had the fringe hair and shit, and
Oh, no way.
yeah, I
You were
was
full on little seeny weenie, huh?
I was balls deep, and it was horrible.
Let's go. No, bro, it's great.
And you didn't fuck
I
your
feel-
best friend's girlfriend? What a loser.
Yeah, well,
That's what my emo That's what my emo phase was.
yeah, yours went a little bit differently, huh?
Yeah.
I pretty much just played RuneScape for my emo phase. I didn't fuck anybody.
you still do that.
From what I remember
doing it now.
and being an emo kid in high school, literally all the emo girls just wanted to fuck. Like they were just. That's what was just like part of the emo culture.
I'm gonna be honest. That was like, cause I wasn't like full scene kid. Like I liked scene kid shit. And sometimes you gotta lean into the part. But bro, the little scene girls when you're in high school, those were the baddies. I don't know. I didn't want to hang out with the fucking the volleyball girls. They're always like bitches. The little scene girls, listen to some Pierce the Veil and get your wiener sucked. It's a good day.
Yo,
I was in high school too.
I was not.
Fucking blow you for a cigarette.
You were from where'd you grow up?
I was homeschooled too. I'm from Virginia.
You were homeschooled.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then homeschool makes sense. You don't have like because if I would have never been
you were getting
around to
blown
like
in homeschool.
Yeah, dude. Dude, I had so much experience with women.
I just got some top under the table.
Yeah. I get up, I fucking walk around, fucking wear underwear all day long. It sucks.
How was being homeschooled? Did you like it or did you?
At the time, I hated it because I felt like I was missing out on everything, basically. But I finished school when I was 15 and got like a degree and became an adult very quickly, which I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
But like, and overall, I feel like most people don't like. You really don't do a lot in high school. It doesn't seem like. But at the time, I was very jealous, I guess, of like people who had social lives. But I never did. I still don't. But I do enjoy this a lot more than if I was just a normal human being.
So you didn't have any
fair.
sort of like, because a lot of homeschool, there will be like communities in like cities where people go and like they have like events, like it's like a normal school with a bunch of other homeschoolers. You didn't have anything like that?
Really?
My mom was both my parents were like latchkey parents to where they just didn't really they weren't really around much. They would be gone from like 9 a.m., which I wouldn't fucking wake up at 9 a.m. And they would come back at like 10 or 9 p.m. or 10, just working their fucking asses off. So there was no time for any sort of recreational activities. Literally just me alone, just building shit in the woods, doing school.
The stereotypical, like we wear medieval armor, we LARP and wear flannel and shit. And
exactly, Renaissance.
Prom with a sister in the barn, that kind of shit.
Exactly, That is, I mean, to a T, the exact. I did have a phase where I was like primal, though. That's what I was going to bring up. I was like the Liver King, but 15 years old.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. There's
I feel
actually
like that's a cool phase.
There's a picture of me with a coyote, holding a coyote. I'll see if I can
Wait,
send it
really?
to you guys.
Living?
And I just look fucking shredded, and I was 15. It was awesome.
That's kind of dope. See, that's a cool. I feel like that's a cool phase.
Yeah.
That one's kind of cool. I accidentally pet a coyote on a walk once because I thought it was a stray dog.
That's insane.
Dude, it was wild.
That's fucking crazy.
It came
bro.
up to me. I've talked about it on the podcast, so I'm not gonna get too deep. But like, I was going for a walk and I saw this dog, and I like put my hand out, and it like walked right up to me, and then I was like, "Holy fuck, this dog smells bad." And then I pet its head, and it was just like petting a toothbrush.
Yeah,
It was-
they're bristly hair.
Yeah, it was like petting a toothbrush, and I was like, "Yeah, its tail is not up and wagging. This isn't a dog." And
Surprised you
I
got
just,
that far with that bitch without it biting your leg.
there's just like, because I lived in, basically my town was like half forest, half town before. And as it expands, they're like obviously cutting into the forest and stuff like that. So many coyotes are just out everywhere, and like they've become so desensitized to like human beings and stuff that they just like really don't care. They'll just like eat your dog and walk away and whatever.
That's cool.
But I have two different phases I can talk about that I went through, but I'll let Oompa find his photo of him holding a coyote.
Find
Or I
it,
could-
yeah.
All right, I can talk about it, I guess, but while
Yeah.
Oompa searches for that. The first one was like hockey bro phase. I've talked about it before, where I played like AAA, which is like the best you can play at, your certain age level. And just being around dudes who like their whole life was lift things up, play hockey, and then disrespect your mom because it's funny.
Yeah.
And like, I was never that bad, and like there was a time where I realized this is not what I'm all about. Is like, there was one team where they literally like pee on each other in the shower and like call that hockey bro shit, and I'm like, dude, this is just
That's just
weird.
gay.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
That's
like
really
this is
strange.
actually just homosexual
That's
actions, which if
Exactly.
you want to do, be my guest. That's all you. But it's like,
Yeah, that's all good.
bro, there was like 10 of you peeing
No,
on
it's
each other in the
not.
room right now. This is like this is just
That
weird.
is not okay.
And yeah, that was a short-lived phase. I like realized I either had to I'd either commit to hockey and attempt to go to the NHL, which I literally never would have in a million years, or just quit travel hockey. And I decided that was a better option, because I was like, this shit's fucking stupid. And it took up
My,
like 6 days of my week and did nothing else.
Holy
I've
shit.
never had any experience playing hockey. I like watching it.
It's a good time. It's fun to watch too. I feel I don't know. I'm probably biased, but it's my favorite sport to watch, because I feel like you get a little bit of everything. You get like the tense bit of like, some games are, less goals, so it feels kind of like soccer, where when there is a goal, it feels significant. Not like basketball, where it's just like constant goals. Not saying basketball is not entertaining or whatever, but then like they'll just be playing intense, and then there'll just be a fight. You just get UFC out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't know. It's just a good
Did-
time. It's good
is cool.
vibes.
Did you ever get
Yeah.
to beat the shit out of anybody?
Oh yeah,
Or-
I was.
or get the
I
shit
was,
beat out of you?
I did get mollywopped a couple times, but I was captain, so like, for at least 2 years. So the main thing is like, if you're a captain or assistant captain, whatever, you basically get headhunted by other guys. And like, I'm not the biggest guy. I wasn't either back then. I could definitely hold my own, but like, big dudes would just come after me and try to commit felonies. And usually you just throw the hip out and they flop over you like a big old idiot. But yeah, there was a few tussles.
What does that mean? Throw the hip out.
So like, it's called a hip check. So I would lower my center of gravity as much as possible. If you go below, or if you go at their knees, it's considered tripping, so you'd get in trouble. But if you put your hip out and make contact with their hip or their stomach, anywhere up between like basically their groin up until their collarbone here, was safe for you to hit, whether you use your shoulder or hip or whatever. So you put your hip into theirs, and because they're so much taller than you, they will literally just flip over you. And yeah, that was my go-to when big boys would charge at me, because I would get run after all the time just for being whatever. At that time, I was probably like 5'9" and not super large.
I really hope there's gamer subs in the Yeti. I really hope you're using code GOONS.
Always use code GOONS for.
Goons, boys.
I've been drinking
Gumbo
the
shops.
caffeine free ones, and they're
too.
great. I quit caffeine, and they still taste good. They make me feel alive. If you don't get enough water in normally, then they're super helpful for that, because they taste good to drink. So use code GOONS.
Where's the lie?
No lies.
No lie.
Absolutely not.
I also had a Tumblr phase.
No,
No,
fuck off.
really?
I didn't listen. Again,
I had a
it was
Tumblr
like
porn phase.
I'm here for the. That's worse.
did.
That's so much worse.
There's nothing
Yeah,
I
was
love more
there-
than black and white gifs of just porn.
Dude, it was. It made. I always just. Why are they trying? It'd be like somebody doing the most heinous activity, just like spitting in a gaped asshole and ramming their dick in, and they're like, "No, it's art. It's black and white."
Yeah, it's black and white.
It's got a
What is
filter on
this?
it. It's art. That's all you need.
Incredible, but yeah, I had like 40,000 followers on Tumblr at some
God.
point,
Oh,
which explains
bro.
why I'm like a little blue-haired liberal piece of shit.
Probably. I feel like there's no Republican Tumblr users.
But yeah, no, I was just like, it just, I didn't really like Tumblr because the people were fucking annoying and usually just
Yeah.
like overly seen kids who like make up stories for, what was it, notes back then? I forget what they were called. Like whatever,
just watched
likes
the
and
porn,
notes
that's all
and
I cared
likes and
about.
shit. But like, I liked a lot of the music that was associated, like Tumblr, like bands I liked back then, like Being as an Ocean and shit like that. I was like, these guys are dope. And also it was a way for me to like promote my band back in the day. Like that's where my Tumblr following came from. I've nuked all Tumblr shit, so don't bother going to look for it. I think there's a couple like fan related pages that still exist, but yeah, no, I was about that life. I was like, there's random gifs of me and my friends, like, you know, you'd see that you'd see like random pictures of just two dudes that just get
Fucking?
reposted.
Oh.
That'd be like me and my friend's face just for no reason because we
Yeah.
were about that Tumblr culture and looked like a little Tumblr boy. I had my stretched ears and all that jazz. But yeah, that one was tough. A tough time to be alive.
Oof.
Was Tumblr.
I'm waiting on my dad to send me the photo. He took the photo, so, and he just doesn't delete stuff from his phone.
Really?
Nice.
That's
My parents are the same way.
really, that's a lot of bullshit piled up on a phone.
My mom will get a new phone and then fill up the entire memory, like all 64 gigs with
Immediately.
like photo and video within a month, and be like, well, "What's wrong with my phone? It don't work."
Is that how Duber really talks?
That's my favorite white people culture.
My phone too.
Come in here, play me a riff, boy.
You should have.
Middle-aged white people culture is taking a photo that you'll never look at ever again.
Yeah, of like your dinner that you prepared that night or something.
just
That's what
something
my mom wants to
random.
do.
You should have Dubra like pop her face in real quick whenever she moves in with you. Or she's not. Oh, never mind.
Dubra?
Yeah.
Dubra is my
It's his
mom.
mom.
Yeah.
His
Oh.
mommy.
Yeah,
They call
Where
her
he gets
Dubra.
his sustenance on Dubra nipples.
correct.
My mom was supposed to be here
cool.
today. I probably would have had her come on, say hi, but she ended up not coming.
So
today.
you'll reveal your mom's face before your own?
Yeah.
I won't do that. I won't do
I don't
neither.
give
Yeah.
a fuck.
You wouldn't let Dubra just like pop her head and say, "Hey, how's it going there,
No.
Sonny?"
Of course he
Absolutely.
wouldn't.
Have you heard of have you seen the heinous comments that people leave about Dubra? They don't need a face to match their fantasies.
Yeah, no, that'd be bad.
I make
There'd be
those comments.
contributes quickly.
Yeah, I know, and you ag on the people in our comments to make more of them.
I know it's my job.
You enjoy the podcast. Leave a cum tribute to Dubra's face.
Okay.
Yeah, upload it to the Goons community on Twitter. I'll tell the mods not to delete it.
I will
It is a
personally
cesspool.
find you and
Just a bunch
Thank
of cell
you for
phones
the
with a
hand.
thank
picture on
you
it
for
just
your
come on.
service.
Just a bunch of loads on a
Like
phone.
printed too,
my
like
God.
printed pictures. Ugh. Yeah, that probably would happen. That's pretty sick.
Yeah, somebody would do it. Somebody's gonna do it. Somebody cummed on one of my U2s. That's cool.
Oh, actually? Nobody did that to mine.
Yeah, no, there was like
That you know
no,
of.
you could tell it's cum. Yeah,
That I
dude,
know
you
of.
might-
Allegedly.
yeah.
Nobody's
You might
done
have a bucket, just like one of those like
That would gross
you know,
me
one
out.
of the, you know, one of those like big buckets that they like. I mean, that like drug dealers dissolve bodies in. I don't know what other usage they actually have. I've
tanker?
only
Yeah.
seen it from,
You mean
like,
those big plastic tubs? or
yeah,
whatever?
like the big blue
Yeah.
plastic tubs. Like,
Yeah.
what other uses do those have? I don't know.
It's called
they're,
an
like, attached
oil
to-
drum.
No, not an oil drum. It has to be plastic because it'll eat through metal. I forget what they're called. They're
It's
like
like
PVC
it's like the
plastic or
shit they
whatever.
used to put your toys in at like daycare back in the day, but the other use would be to
Yeah, it's
dissolve
blue,
a
right?
fucking body in. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh.
big blue.
I
Don't
guess-
think
I
a
think it's-
Donkey
I guess
Kong
it's just
barrel,
called a
but it's blue
drum.
and plastic. Yeah, big blue drum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
there's one of
oil.
those filled with cum with your U2s in the bottom, dude.
Oh,
I've made it. It's me.
Gross.
I have it in my garage. It's solidifying. There's bacterial culture. They've learned space travel.
You're like preserving my U2s for like all of eternity. It's a time capsule.
All right, I got the photo my dad just sent to me. Holy shit, dude. This was so funny. I haven't seen it in years. Hold on,
What
I'll
else
send it
did
to
you do
cancer.
as like primal Oompa? Like what else? What did that entail?
Oompa.
Eat like raw meat and just try to do. I ate like
Ugh.
raw crayfish once. It was really stupid.
Raw
That
I
sounds
crayfish.
just thought I
bad.
was like invincible and really crazy and like hunted a lot, and that's it.
Oh my
that was me when I
God.
just turned 14 or 15 years old.
You were 15 and that jacked?
Yeah, both of
look
those
like you're-
photos are when I was 15.
You look like you were carrying briefcases.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
My man was
it was
cut.
insane, dude.
You've got damn good genetics, man.
My dad is 47 and he's fucking shredded still.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
that's
it's
good
all his
RNG. That's a
genetics.
good roll.